The gap between subjective truth and objective fact remains the frontier where consciousism, temporal subjection theory, and speculative physics begin to ask deeper questions than science alone can currently answer. What is a fact? A fact is a statement that can be objectively verified to be true based on evidence, observation, or reliable documentation. In simpler terms, a fact is something that is demonstrably real, regardless of belief or opinion. What a fact is not a belief, I believe in God, an opinion, chocolate is the best ice cream flavor. A prediction, it will rain tomorrow. Facts form the foundation of science, journalism, law, and rational debate. Without agreed-upon facts, it's impossible to have meaningful conversations or solve problems. So, if a fact is a statement that can be objectively verified to be true based on evidence, observation, or reliable documentation, can a fact be a statement that can be subjectively verified to be true based on evidence, observation, or reliable documentation? The short answer is no. A fact is not typically considered subjectively verified, but subjective experience can produce valid forms of truth that are personally verifiable, even if not objectively universal. Let's break this down clearly. Objective verification means a claim can be independently confirmed by anyone, regardless of their personal perspective. This is the gold standard for facts in science, law, and journalism. Subjective verification means a claim can be confirmed internally, through a person's own conscious experience. These are subjective truths, which may be real for the experiencer, but not provable in a universal sense. The important distinction. A fact requires external, consistent evidence, while a subjective truth may be deeply real to the individual, but cannot be externally validated in the same way. In ideas like temporal subjection theory, TST, or consciousism, subjective experience becomes central to understanding reality. These frameworks suggest that what we call objective is actually filtered through the subjective lens of the observer. In that context, the division between objective and subjective facts begins to blur, and we might start redefining fact more fluidly, especially in relation to consciousness. While traditional facts must be objectively verifiable, subjective experiences can be real and meaningful, even if they don't meet that standard. They're just not facts in the strict scientific or philosophical sense, but they can still shape our understanding of truth. So, what is truth? Truth is generally understood as a state or quality of being in accordance with reality or what is, but depending on context, truth can take on different dimensions. Let's look at 4 truths we know of. 1. Objective truth. It's a truth that holds independent of perception, verified by evidence and logic. For example, the Earth orbits the Sun. It's used in science, mathematics, law, and journalism. 2. Subjective. Truth. Truth that arises from personal experience or perception. For example, I feel pain, or this music brings me peace. It's used in psychology, art, spirituality, and phenomenology. 3. Intersubjective truth. A truth agreed upon by groups or cultures, often forming social or moral norms. For example, human rights are important. It's used in ethics, sociology, politics, and religions. 4. Absolute truth. Truth that is unchanging, universal, and independent of time or context. For example, often postulated in metaphysics or spiritual systems, consciousness is eternal. It's used in theology, metaphysics, and consciousism. Under theories like temporal subjection theory, TST, and consciousism, the nature of truth itself becomes relational. Truth is not just what's out there, it's also how we relate to it as conscious beings. This opens the door to the idea that objective truth maps the outer world, subjective truth maps the inner world, and truth itself may be layered with different truths emerging at different frequencies or dimensions of consciousness. One way to define truth is holistically. Truth is coherence between reality and perception, whether on an objective, subjective, or transcendent level.